come to the carpet and gather for our lesson today. So I have brought some surprises with me today. The first surprise is my friend. You guys know who he is?
Yeah.
And then I also have some surprises in these containers. So, what are these? Strawberries. Let's see what else is in here. We have some blueberries.
Sleepy salad.
You think it's going to be salad? Let's see.
Blackberry.
What about this?
Mud.
It's mud, yes.
I thought it was dog food.
It would be smelly if it was dog poop. And then we have one more.
It's dripping.
Oh, it's dripping? Yeah, that's because I'm not going to open it because it might spill everywhere if I do. So, do you guys know what we're going to do?
I have no idea.
We're going to repeat the cat. What are we going to do with the blueberries and strawberries and mud and water?
Eat them? I don't know. Eat them.
Do we eat mud?
No.
Yes.
You eat my pie. Water. Oh, no, you don't eat.
You might have ate mud pies when you were younger.
No, I don't.
Oh, you didn't?
I
I used to make mud pies. Well, we're going to find out what we're doing with those in a minute, but first we're going to go over some new vocabulary words.
Can we eat the strawberries?
Maybe. We'll see after our lesson, okay?
Oh, wait, whoever behaves the most gets the surprises.
Let's see our vocabulary words. That we're gonna go over.
I'll just take the mud. It is peach colored mud. I wonder how peach got created. Vocabulary words.
Our first vocabulary word is characteristics. Does anybody know what that means?
No.
Let's see. What do you think it means? Oh, you don't know? It describes what the character looks like.
Oh, I didn't know. Oh.
So, what characteristics do you see about Pete? Who can describe what he looks like?
Like he's blue, he got yellow eyes, black and white, and a red heart right here, and a white nose.
Yeah, those are
And
very
whiskers.
Those are very good characteristics of Pete. Our next word is setting.
Setting.
Who knows what setting means?
Oh, I do. Listen,
PK.
it means that like where they're acting at.
Where they're acting at? Good job. Where the story takes place. So what is the setting right here?
Town.
In town or maybe on the road? Events. Who knows what events mean?
Oh.
Roper.
We know.
Let Roper answer.
Events means like in the story. It's happening in the story.
Things that happen in the story. So what's happening right here?
Pete walking with his glove.
Pete is walking down the sidewalk or down the road. Sequence. Who knows what sequence means?
Oh, I know what it means.
What does sequence mean? Do you know? Alright, let's see if one of our other friends knows. What does sequence mean? Do you know?
I know.
What do you think sequence means?
Math problem.
There is sequences in math problems,
Oh,
but
I
in literature it means an order of events. And we can use words like first, next, last,
First,
like beginning, middle, end. All those are sequence words. And our last word is illustrate. Dagan, what does illustrate mean? You make it like a book? What do you think? That's a very good answer. What do you think?
He writes the letter in the word.
Illustrate, we're going to say, means to draw.
Picture. See, I'll do it.
And we can use pencils, paintbrushes, crayons, all kinds of stuff to illustrate our pictures with.
I'm doing it mixed up. Okay.
So we're going to go back to him.
Hi,
So who recognizes my friend?
Pete, I do.
What is his name? You guys can say it out
Pete
loud.
the cat.
Pete the cat. I thought they were about to talk. Can anyone distinguish the differences between Pete and a real cat? What makes him different than a real cat?
He's blue.
He is blue. What else makes him different?
He has red shoes. He has shoes.
He has shoes on. What color are his shoes?
Red. And they don't even match.
Red and blue.
America.
Yeah, they don't match. They are America's colors, red, white, and blue. So our book today is going to be Pete the Cat, I Love My White Shoes. Does anyone have on white shoes today?
No. Well, I have on my bottom. You did.
I wore my white shoes.
I have white. I have white.
There is white on some of your
And he's
shoes.
wearing Converse too. I always have white. My socks on that are white.
Can you guys hypothesize what is going to happen to Pete's white shoes? What's going to happen?
He's gonna step in different things and they'll change different colors.
He's going to step in things and change his shoes different colors?
Yeah.
See, that sounds like a pretty good guess.
Yeah. Oh, and one of the things that you showed us the stuff that he stepped in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
Let's
think
see.
we watched
Are you guys ready?
Stuff in blueberry. I think we watched the strawberry. Yeah. He said the strawberry.
So if you guys know the book, you can help me sing along in a minute. Pete the Cat was walking down the street in his brand new white shoes. He loved his white shoes so much, he sang this song. I love my white shoes, I love my white shoes, I love my white shoes. Oh no! He stepped in a large pile of strawberries. What color did his shoes change?
Red.
Red. So he has his one red shoe. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. He kept walking along and singing his song. I love my red shoes. I love my red shoes. I love my red shoes. Oh no! He stepped in a giant pile of blueberries. What color did his shoes change?
Blue.
Does he have a blue shoe also?
Yeah.
Yes. Did Pete cry?
No.
Goodness, no. He kept walking along and singing his song.
I love my blue shoes. I love my blue shoes. I love my blue shoes.
Oh no, Pete stepped in a large puddle of
Mud.
Oops, that wasn't the mud. Mud. Do you guys like stepping in mud?
Yeah.
I do not. It is so dirty.
I don't care.
What color did his shoes change?
Brown.
Brown. Did Pete cry?
No.
Goodness, no. He kept walking along and singing his song.
I love my brown shoes. I love my brown shoes. I love my brown shoes.
Good job.
Brown shoes.
Who can tell me what keeps happening to Pete's shoes?
Please me.
What keeps happening?
They change colors.
They keep changing colors?
They,
Why are they changing colors?
because he's stepping in like
A lot of stuff.
like and everything he steps in, whatever color that is, his two shoes will turn that color.
Mhm,
I mean,
yes.
what's it?
So who can show me what their facial expression would be like if they were to step in blueberries?
What about whiteberries? There is no
What kind of face would you make if you stepped in blueberries? That's the face you'd make?
I'll show you this one.
What face would you make, Roper? I would be like, oh my gosh. Just
Yeah,
shocked.
I'd be like this. I would be happy. Every time I almost hit my sister, I'd be
Who can judge how Pete is feeling?
Oh, can I?
How do you think Pete's feeling?
He's feeling good.
He's feeling good? Does it bother him that he's stepping in stuff?
No.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't bother him at all.
Alright, let's see what he steps in next. Oh no! He stepped in a bucket of water. And all the brown and all the blue and all the red were washed away. What color were his shoes again?
White. I love my white shoes. I love my white shoes.
But now they were also wet. They were white, but wet. Did Pete cry?
Goodness, no.
He kept walking along and singing his song.
I love my white shoes. I love my white shoes. I love my wet shoes. I love my wet shoes.
The moral of Pete's story is, no matter what you step in, keep walking along and singing your song. Because it's all good.
Oh yeah, I did.
Oh yeah. So what are the prizes?
So who can recall what Pete stepped in? What did Pete step in?
He stepped in strawberries and blueberries and mud and water.
And water. Good job. Is it possible to illustrate the strawberries, blueberries, mud, and water that Pete stepped in?
Yeah.
Are we able to draw those things?
Yeah.
We can. Can anyone formulate a plan for Pete to avoid getting his white shoes dirty?
Yes.
I got a good one.
Jax, how can he avoid getting his shoes dirty?
Without walking around.
Walk around it? That would be super smart to walk around the piles of food and the bucket of water.
Like jump over it.
He could jump over it too, yeah.
Catch a jumper.
Izzy, what's your plan?
Watch out for it, and whenever you see something, just stop and watch around.
Yeah. So walking around is probably the best way, because what if we jump and fall into the blueberries?
Yeah, what if you...
Then it's going to be our whole body instead of just our shoes.
Oh, I got
And I don't think we want to be blue, do we?
I know.
No.
Yeah, I'll start
All right, so let's return to our desk, and we're going to do a quiz over our vocabulary words.
I know one. I know one. A quiz? He can put rubber on it.
It's super easy. We're going to match our vocabulary words to our definition of
Oh, that's
pictures.
easy. What if it turned out hard?
I'm glad I stopped that.
Want to do the first?
Alright, so on this side, we have our vocabulary words. We have characteristics, setting, event, sequence, and illustrate. On this side, we have our definition, our pictures. We have what happens in the story, order of events, to draw, describes the character, and where the story takes place. So what we need to do is we need to draw a line from the vocabulary word to the definition that goes with it. And then make sure you guys write your name on the top of it.
Wait, please go ahead and do it.
Yes, you guys can start as soon as you get your paper.
So,
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. So on the side you have characteristics, setting, event, sequence, and illustrate. So you're going to draw a line from your vocabulary word to your definition.
Hey, I like your little petey.
Thank you. I try to use the same pictures that were on our slideshow so we can remember.
What is this? Vocabulary. Oh yeah, I know how to do this. I've done this before.
When you guys are finished, make sure your name's on it and then come back to the carpet, please. It was easy. all our friends finish up, okay?
Come on, Jacob, you can do this.
So do you guys enjoy Pete the Cat?
Yeah.
Pete the Cat is one of my favorites.
Pete the Cat is my favorite too. I love Pete the Cat. Mine is Jackie Robinson.
Jackie Roberts is your favorite?
Mine is... Wait, no. No, it's Pete the Cat.
I like Pete the Cat, but I also like Elephant and Piggy. And I like Biscuit.
Oh, me too. I love Biscuit. Do you like Jackie?
I haven't read them.
No, it's a movie.
Oh, it's a movie? I still haven't seen it then.
I get so into it.
I have a big book. I have a big book that has all 10 biscuits.
Oh, really? I have a huge book with a bunch of biscuits, too.
Yeah. This is my favorite.
All right, let me check on our friends. Ready? So we're going to watch a little short video. Class.
Yes.
Alright, are you guys ready to watch this little short video?
Yes.
Over Pete the Cat and his white shoes.
Oh yeah. Wait, can't Pete the Cat? Does he talk?
Pete the Cat was walking down the street in his brand new white shoes. Pete loved his white shoes so much, he sang this song.
I love my white shoes. 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 I love my white shoes.
Oh no! Pete stepped in a large pile of strawberries.
It's not blue.
What color did it turn his shoes?
Red.
Did Pete cry?
Goodness, no.
He kept walking along and singing his song.
I love my red shoes. 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 I love my red shoes.
Oh no! Pete stepped in a large pile of
Blueberries.
What color did it turn his shoes?
Blue.
Did Pete cry?
Goodness, no.
He kept
Walking along and singing this song. I love my red shoes. I love my blue 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 shoes.
Oh no! Pete stepped in a large puddle of
He only has 2 feet.
mud.
Yeah, it's
What
four
color
of
did it turn his
First five is
shoes?
this one.
Did Pete cry?
Goodness, no.
He kept walking along and singing his song.
I love my brown shoes. 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 I love my brown shoes.
Oh no! Pete stepped in a bucket of water. And all the brown, and all the blue, and all the red were washed away. What color were his shoes again?
Why?
But now they were wet. Did Pete cry?
Goodness, no.
He kept
Walking
walking
along and singing my song. I love my white shoes. I love my white shoes. I love my white shoes. I love my wet shoes. I love my wet shoes. I love my wet shoes. I love my white shoes. I love my wet shoes.
Wet, not white.
story is no matter
Wet.
what you say,
White and white.
keep walking.
They are white, but also wet.
I heard what? It's wet.
They are pretty
I
close
heard
to-
wet,
they're pretty close to the same word. Alright, so we have one more activity that we're going to do at our tables.
Is it cut?
It is not anything to cut.
Sorry. Coloring?
We are going to illustrate. What does illustrate mean? You guys remember?
Please.
To draw. Good job.
I want to look at my. We're going to draw a picture of Pete the cat.
So this is our story sequence map. On the very top, we have a spot to write the title. Who remembers what the book was called?
Pete the cat loves his white shoes.
Pete the Cat, I Love My White Shoes. So I have a story for you guys. It says Pete the Cat, I Love. So you have to fill in the rest of the title. The first box is your character. Who's the character?
Pete.
So you guys are going to draw a picture of the character down here in this box. And then you're going to move on to the setting, and you're going to draw a picture of the setting. And then down here, you're going to draw pictures of the beginning, middle, and end of the story. So you're going to draw a picture of what he stepped in the beginning, what he stepped in the middle of the story, and what he stepped in at the very end of the story. And there's also a space for you guys to finish your sentence. It says the character is, and you guys have to finish who the character is. The setting is, and then you're going to finish the setting.
Outside.
And then the very first one says Pete stepped in, and then you got to fill in what you drew. And it says then he stepped in, and you're going to write what you drew. And it says finally he stepped in, and then you're going to write what the very last one is that you drew. What do you need to remember to put at the end of your sentence?
Period.
A period. Good job, guys.
Do you have to write the date?
You do not have to write your name. You just have to write your name on top.
I love my brand shoes. I love my brand shoes. I love my brand shoes. How do you spell one?
Sound it out. What? Here, sound it out. And then what letter do you need to make the I say its name?
I have no clue how to go.
You're going to illustrate each box. You're going to illustrate the characters, the setting. You guys can look at this Pete if you need to.
Hey, can I look at that? Yeah, I need to look at that.
Yeah, you can look at that Pete. It's kind of hard to see his face. Let me see if I can find his face.
I don't even have to.
There's his face. And then if you guys finish early, we're going to do something called an author's chair, where you get to write about what Pete's next day is like. Where did the thing start from? Where was he at?
There's nothing.
That's good Pete. You guys are making really good Pete. Let's move on to the setting. Where did the story take place? Where did he step on all that stuff out?
Outside.
The ball where the setting was.
Okay. There's the sidewalk.
illustrate your strawberries. You write your strawberries down here, and you draw the picture of strawberries in the box. Make sure you're back and you finish your character. The character is, and you're gonna write who the character is. And then make sure you guys put your period at the end of your sentence. It's okay, that looks pretty good. Look, he has his pointy ears and he has his round head. That's good. Just move on to your setting. We definitely all know the thing because my feet would not be that good. So I can't draw feet very well. So I think that's a good feat for trying your first time. So move on to your setting, okay? Here, I'm going to write some of these harder words on the board so you guys can see them. So first, I'm going to write blueberry.
Wait, blueberry did the second one?
I'm not going to tell you the order because you have to remember the order that we write in the story, but I'm going to write the big words on the board. And I'm not going to write mud or water because those are a little smaller. There's our two big words in our story. And make sure you put your periods at the end of your sentence and don't fill in.
Do you have to put the periods?
Yes, because it says, then he stepped in strawberry. Then he stepped in, or blueberry and strawberry. And make sure you finish your what did he step in the very beginning? It can be one of the first things. So write strawberry, and then it's on the board. It says the character is, who is the character? It can be either one. We only have 3 spots and you cover the 4 things, so the last one can be whichever one. Where did the setting take place? Because the setting is where did it happen. And make sure you remember your period.
How do you write this question?
So if you guys get finished, we're going to work on the author's chair. So I want you to flip over your paper if you're finished. And I want you to write 2 to 3 sentences describing what happens tomorrow to Pete. What kind of adventure does Pete go on tomorrow? So write 2 or 3 sentences describing his day.
Pardon, I'm gonna
Okay, that's fine. As soon as you finish illustrating everything, did you illustrate blueberries?
Can you make whatever you want?
You gotta write 2 to 3 sentences describing what Pete does next.
I think he steps in water.
No, that was the very end. What happens after that? So he stepped in water and his shoes
Oh,
are
he's
white and
seen-
wet.
He's seen.
What's gonna happen tomorrow or later today? You have to make it a new adventure for him. Because Pete the cat always go on adventures. So let's make up a new adventure.
What about camping?
They can go camping. Yeah. you can
I
go
read a
camping.
book about camping without Bigfoot.
About Bigfoot?
It was big too.
It's a really good strawberry. Okay, just remember blueberries, okay? So write 2 to 3 sentences about Pete's new adventure. If you're done with the front.
I can make it.
Just write 2 to 3 sentences. Tell me what he does tomorrow. And we're gonna share them in a minute.
Now, I just gotta write one more sentence. And then I can draw and finish.
The setting. Where does the setting
This
start?
is- They told me their name.
Oh, gosh, I like that. I love blueberries. That's probably why his shoes turned blue, huh? Is that a lot of blueberries? It looks so good. I think you might have to get done. Okay. There's no finish up. Yeah. Make sure you remember your period, okay? Good job. Now move on to the beginning. What did he step in at the beginning? So go and draw your picture of your strawberry. Did you guys finish your adventure with Lisa next day? Wanna make my puzzle?
My lazy shoes.
You have to think of a new adventure for Pizza Cat. What do you want Pizza Cat to go to? So you're basically writing a new book about him. It can be anything you want him to do. Oh, no, you don't have to do all this. You can go stage with him. Alright, if you guys are done writing your pencil on back, let's go to the carpet. While our friends finish up with the front of our papers. We just have to do, I think it's like a couple of questions. Alright, oh, sorry guys, bring your papers with you if you're finished. Okay, so you guys can get in a small group and you can share your new Pizza Cat adventures with each other.
I want to share. I go first. Who goes last? I go second. He's and he goes first. No, I go second. Yeah, it goes this one, that one. Lazy, Hey, Patty's so Patty's so we showed them the picture.
Alright guys, let's gather back at the carpet. We're gonna say bye to our special friend.
Oh no, it's sorry. But look how strong it is.
Alright, so I'm going to pick one friend to share their story map with the class. Let's see. Regan, come stand up here and share your map with the class.
Only one time.
Yeah, it's time for computers. No.
And
You're
you
fine.
had yours now. Nope.
Okay.
Pizza crack.
Oh, hold on, let's share the front of it first. So, who was your character?
Pizza cat.
Where was the setting?
On the sidewalk.
On the sidewalk. And what did he step in first?
Strawberry.
Strawberries. And then he stepped in.
Blueberry.
Finally, he stepped in
Mud and water.
mud and water. Good job. What was your story about?
Pizza cat. It was lazy. Pizza cat sang a song. Pizza cat went to a doctor.
Oh, Pete the Cat had a fun day. Alright, so Pete the Cat came to visit us today to help us learn 5 vocabulary words, which were characteristics, setting, event, sequence, and illustrate. We also did a matching quiz over those vocabulary words. And then we read I Love My White Shoes. Who was the character?
Pete.
Good job. After we finished the story, we watched our little animated video over the book, and we worked on our story map, which included character, setting, and your choice of 3 events. Then we also illustrated each section, and we made sure to finish our sentences, and we used what at the end of it? Period. Good job.
I forgot to put it.
And then if you finished your story map early, you got to work on the author's chair, and you got to share Pete's new adventures with your classmates. So give me a thumbs up if you guys enjoyed having Pete here today.
Can you bring him next time too?
We'll have to see. You guys like Pete?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you guys.
I have a stick.